This is Bronnie, The Bronnie Show, every Wednesday. Follow Bronnie everywhere, at Bronnie Music.
Woo, we're rolling.
We be rolling.
Okay, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to The Bronnie Show. I know it's been a hot minute.
It has. We're back.
We're back. This is Chris. Everyone say hello, Chris. So this is the first podcast episode back, and this is country to country festival themed. We're going all out, y'all. But first, we have to thank our sponsors. Killstar. Hello, thanks for kitting me out. They also got me one of these little. What are they? It's called a plushie, a creepy cutie. It's very cute. They've been kitting me out on tour for the past couple of years now. So if you guys want a 20% off discount, type in Bronnie20 at Killstar checkout for 20% off. So we love country music.
Yeah.
Now we've been playing country music. We've been playing the likes of Nate Smith, Carrie Underwood, Lainey for years on tour. But we had no clue what Country to Country Fest was. We
didn't. I'm sure I'd heard it in passing. But the funniest thing is, I didn't realise how long we'd actually been into country music. It was kind of just a thing of passing. Because I like folk music and stuff. Like growing up, my granddad was like big into folk music. I didn't realise how much I like country music until like we'd be like driving places and we'd just make a playlist of like country music. And what, 4 or 5 years ago maybe? So it was like seeing all these artists that like going back through like old playlists that we'd made and then being like, oh my God, they're playing this festival that we had no idea was on.
Really sick.
Was very sick, yeah.
It wasn't really until we kind of joined the country scene and started writing country rock music for album 2 that we found out about this festival, which just feels insane. So if anyone here has not heard of Country to Country Fest, C2C, we hope that we are the gateway. The Friday night was already sold out.
Which was gutting.
So we've never seen Lainey Wilson.
We have not.
But when I see her, I don't know what if I wet myself. And that was the same thing for the Saturday. Guys, this is why we're saying get your tickets. It was amazing. We were very lucky, Johnny and Cara, for giving us tickets to the Sunday night to see Cody Johnson and all that. We will be talking about that later on.
How did you feel like going to the festival for the first time? We didn't really know what to expect. Like we said, it's the first time we've been. Like, how did it feel for you to be around people who like were dressing the same? And it felt like we went to Nashville 2 summers ago and it was like, this is awesome. And to see it in London, like, what did you think about that?
Oh, I thought it was so awesome seeing everyone fully kitted out. And it wasn't just like, standard music festivals that aren't country at all. You'll get people just wearing like fluffy cowboy hats and like sheen boots. Everyone was fully kitted out.
Oh, big time.
In Ariat boots, their Wrangler jeans. Everyone looked absolutely amazing. What was so awesome as well was, I think we were watching Mackenzie Carpenter, and she said, is this anyone's first C2C Fest? And barely anyone said yes.
Yeah.
We were like...
Yeah.
So it's so awesome seeing all these people coming back every year.
For a lot of people who were new, I think the really nice thing, I can see why people go back, the environment of it itself, everyone was so friendly, so nice, so welcoming. It wasn't gatekeepy. It wasn't that thing you go, oh, I wonder if I might not know anyone. And which was very sick. And that actually leads me on to one of the first things I'll talk about that I want to bring up. We saw an interview with Wyatt Flores, which was very cool.
This was amazing. I did chat to Ross from Holler afterwards.
Shout out Ross from Holler. He did a really good job with this interview.
He is such a good interviewer. It's a crime. I did ask him if it was filmed on YouTube. He said sadly not.
Oh, you hate to see it.
But if you guys get a chance to witness a Ross from Holler interview, go do it. He's so awesome with the artist. It's not just like so who are your inspirations?
Yeah.
He will just ask questions in such a casual way, but really brings the emotion out.
Yeah, it feels like a real personal chat. And I think he got the best out of Wyatt. It was really, really nice to see him talking about like learning to be on his own type thing. And there was a girl at the front who was watching this interview who was talking, saying, I came on my own, like I was really nervous to do it, etc. And it was really nice that everyone sort of rallied. At the end anyway, we saw people were like going up and asking her, oh, who do you want to go and see? Do you want to come and see so-and-so with me? And I thought that was really cool. It was really nice to see so early on in the festival, especially for us who hadn't been before, to see like people actually, like people care about other people which was really nice.
It was amazing. And even the security guards had cowboy hats on.
Yeah.
Now, I do believe that C2C 2026 tickets are on sale right now. So go grab your tickets. Even if you guys have never been before, I guarantee you are going to have an amazing time next year. We'll be there.
We'll be there.
Will you be there?
Will you be there?
And who knows, one day we might be playing it.
We
We
could be
will be
playing
playing
it.
it.
We will
We'll
be
play
playing
it
it.
one day. Shake on it. Oh, yeah. So a bit about the festival. C2C Fest started in 2013. And since then, they've had the likes of Tim McGraw, Carrie Underwood,
Casey Musgraves, Chris Stapleton, Luke Combs have played it as well.
Rascal Flatts. So awesome.
Miranda Lambert.
And this lineup was killer.
Oh,
So,
so good.
Headlining, we had the amazing Lainey Wilson, my
Mhm.
favourite artist right now.
Yeah.
She's incredible. Who else did we have? We had,
Dierks Bentley
yes.
headlined, which was very sick. And then closing out the festival, Cody Johnson, who came on stage. The energy was immense. Like, you look at Cody Johnson and like listen to his music. He came on stage and he kicked everyone in that arena in the nuts. It was so good. What
It was
a
insane.
great vibe.
And what I loved is how much he loves Texas, how much he is
that
proud
man
to be from
loves
Texas.
Texas.
And he had a massive compilation of all these songs about Texas, which featured Bowling for Soups, Come Back to Texas. I did have to message Jarrett. I was like, you just got played. So let's get into it now, excluding the headline artists.
Right.
Okay. Who are your top 3 favorite artists of the whole weekend? I feel like ours is going to be
I'm
really
going to
similar.
save the last one the best one till last for me personally. I would say Nate Smith was he wasn't a headliner, but he was second to last in the arena on Sunday, and he was unbelievable. He got in the crowd and like fully in the crowd, which was sick. That was so cool. And then he did Chasing Cars, Sniper Show, and the whole arena was just sing along, which was very sick.
The whole arena was lit up. It was amazing. And I'm going to agree with you on that. I think Nate Smith was one of my favourite acts of the whole weekend. I think the fact that you can really tell that he wants it so bad. Like, he's already smashing it with his career all over the world. And he was really just soaking it all in, taking it in at the O2, getting really emotional, and the interesting thing was he used to be a nurse. I had no clue.
Yeah.
And his favorite thing was like, helping people in their darkest moments. But, he lost his house in California fires years ago in 2018.
2018,
Wrote a song. That song blew up.
Mm-hmm.
And then he realised, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to help people, but with songwriting and help way more people. And it was just really awesome to hear about his story. So
yeah, really cool
definitely
story.
Nate Smith.
Really cool guy. He smashed it. Who's your...
Okay, so Nate Smith.
Nate Smith.
I know who we're both going to say.
But we'll say that till last.
Okay. I'm going to...
Who's your second favourite?
This is so hard because... Maybe it's just because I love her music so much anyway, but I have got to say Willow Avalon. She's awesome.
Can I interject here?
Yeah.
Now, I had never listened to Willow Avalon. I heard a couple of songs, like the big Yodelay, Who Do You Think You Are? That song. Good tune. Listen to that. And I was like kind of in awe. It felt like an out-of-body experience because like her guitarist was giving it beans. But
She's so good.
She just sort of floated around the stage in like this very like eloquent sort of country way. She was like a country ghost is the best way I could describe it. Her voice was incredible, really soft, but went with like heavier tunes and then went with the really quiet tunes as well. Really, really cool.
Yeah, her voice is so good. Her music is very kind of old-time country with a sass.
Yeah.
And because I found out about her music from TikTok, started to get into her music and just seeing her live, seeing it all gel into place was amazing.
No, very sick.
Yeah, pretty cool. So I'm going to say Nate Smith, Willow Avalon.
Okay.
Who was another one that you liked? I fuck with Mackenzie Carpenter.
Now
I love.
Yeah, so Mackenzie Carpenter played acoustic with her brother on guitar, so that was cool.
Well, was it actually her brother? She did call him brother, but I'm not sure if it was like
because she writes songs.
My brother.
She writes songs with her brother.
Is it legit her brother though, or is it like her friend?
I just checked the songwriter credit.
Oh, okay.
And they have the same surname, so
right, sick.
But if it's not, I apologise. Yeah, she was sick. She's got a couple of bangers as well. Check out Gone Fishing. That's a banger.
The greatest vibe, the greatest song
It's a good
concept
tune.
ever.
Really funny, something that she said about country music for blokes, it's like cheating on their partners or something. And for women in country, it's about murdering their husbands. I was like, yeah, that's actually really quite funny. My second favourite that I saw could be Maggie Antone.
I love Maggie Antone.
Such
she
an
brought the vibes.
Interesting voice.
Mm-hmm.
Like the way that she sings. I was like, this is like very different but very cool.
I would say I love how we both loved Willow Avalon and Maggie Antone because they both collabed on the
Yeah.
Yodelay.
Yeah. One person that like blew me away that I was like, I not say I didn't expect that. I do expect that. But to see it on a big stage with like full band, all full beans, was Kezia Gill.
Kezia Gill was awesome.
Like I was so impressed.
She owned it. That stage she performed at the Indigo Lounge?
So it was the BBC.
Inside.
It was the BBC Radio 2 stage. But yeah, that was really sick. She killed it. Should we say on the count of three our favorite?
Okay.
Right. 3,
Yeah, let's guess
2,
it.
1.
Jake Vaadeland. Y'all.
Now this guy.
So I got to do an interview with him. Here's a little snippet.
People come over to when I was at Grandma and Grandpa's house with, you see headlights coming down the driveway. My grandma would always say that you turn the coffee pot on and get the instruments out, no questions asked. They never locked their doors on the farm either. That's the thing. Anybody could just come in the house.
Oh my gosh. So I found out about him on TikTok. He was playing a banjo video. And I saw that he had tickets on sale. I saw that he was playing C2C. And I was like, this is awesome. He's literally playing in Liverpool at the Philharmonic. This will be great. So we went. And we were jamming out to him beforehand. He's got a song called I Ain't Going Back to Nashville.
Great tune.
Great tune. So we were hyped. He came on stage. And it was like you got magically whisked away back to the vintage times.
It was so cool. Like,
so impressive.
I didn't expect it to be like... You've seen a clip of the interview. Go and listen to his music. And then come back to, or listen to this first, then go and listen to his music. But to see someone do what could be a bit, and then he finishes his set and he puts on a tracksuit and he chills out. This is not a bit. This guy lives and breathes his art. It's
100%
phenomenal. Like, I'm so impressed. Like,
I was in awe. So he has the stage presence. He wears the coolest outfits ever. Him and the band.
His Sturgeon River Boys. Shout out to the Sturgeon River Boys.
He's just so amazing. Everyone needs to go to a Jake Vaadeland show before they die. That should be in a written contract.
100%.
When you get birthed into the world, it's like, must see a Jake Vaadeland show.
I'm taking all of my mates for my friend's birthday. Like we're going to London to see Post Malone, which will be sick. And Jake Vaadeland is playing, and the day before, and it's on the day of my friend's birthday. So we're gonna go, and it's gonna be sick. So that'll be the fourth time in a year that we'd have seen this guy, and I am not looking forward to it. I am.
He is one of the best acts I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
And he calls his show a program. It's just like you've been like whisked back in time to the old Grand Ole Opry shows where they do their own adverts.
Oh, they're so good.
They just have instrumental breaks.
Yeah.
The comedic timing is perfect. It is literally like, it's almost as if you're at a West End show.
Yeah. Yeah. It feels like really authentic. And I think everyone buys into it. And I mean, you'll hear this when you listen to the interview. Are you going to put the interview at the end?
Yeah, I'll put the interview at the end of this, yeah.
So you'll hear this at the end when you listen to the interview Bron did with Jake. But yeah, it was just so authentic. But he said what was interesting is in the UK, his audience is younger, which I thought was really cool.
And you have like all like the older generation who go, this reminds me of when I was a kid.
Yeah.
You've got the kind of like, mid-40s kind of range where they were like, oh my gosh, my parents saw this. I just about kind of remember this from a kid. And then you have our generation where we go, we've never seen this before. We would have killed to see someone like, Elvis and all that. And this is our opportunity. So I think that is why so many, like, he just hits every age range.
So shout out to Jake Vaadeland because
amazing. We love you. This may as well just be a whole
this
Jake
is gonna be a
Vaadeland
fan.
appreciation
podcast.
podcast.
He has brought a whole generation of people into his thing that he does.
So let's talk about Friday. So when we walked in, we got our press passes, signed in all right, went to the press tent. And like we said before, Ross was interviewing Wyatt. It was so amazing. So that was the first thing we did. Got to see Wyatt Flores,
cool.
who we love. We've been listening to his live album on repeat just ever since he released it like 2 months ago. Wyatt Flores is one of those artists where you mention his name and everyone goes, oh, I love him.
Yeah. He's such a good soul.
Yeah.
Check out his Tiny Desk concert that he did. That's well worth a watch as well.
Very cool. It made me love him even more when he had to restart a song because he got nervous.
Yeah, very cool.
And that is also the day we saw Maggie Antone, who we were talking about before. We saw Maya Lane. Now, we had no clue that she's from the UK.
Yeah, I had no idea.
She's awesome.
She again had that float around the stage type thing.
She was a floaty ghost on stage.
Yeah.
She was amazing.
She was very cool.
Really cool, gorgeous voice. And I love her outfit. It was very 70s, kind of country, Americana vibes. We walked around. Now we got to see like all the Ariat boots, the Wrangler jeans. We got a free donut, didn't we?
We did get a free donut. We spun the wheel.
We spun that wheel hard. And we actually won a keychain, but they were like, you can have a donut. So we're like, yeah, go
on. That was a win.
It was great. The whole vibe was amazing. Like we were talking about it before, the security guards were kitted out in cowboy hats. Everyone was amazing. And we got to give a shout out to Johnny and Cara from the PR press tent for helping us out.
Yep.
So let's talk about the Saturday. Now, we walked in and opening the stage was the amazing Katie Rigby. Opening the Jack Daniels stage outside. She's amazing. She's a UK country artist from Manchester. And she's so sweet. She's got a song called My Kind of Country. And that is one of my favourite songs of hers. So after that, we knew that Jake Vaadeland was on the BBC Radio 2 stage just after First Time Flyers. An amazing band. Love their energy on stage. You had your camera.
I did.
Because you were also taking press photos.
Which was sick. That was really good fun. Got some cool shots.
Oh, yeah. Now, we had seen him 2 nights before in the Philharmonic. We knew what was going to be happening. We knew what was going down. And as soon as he came on stage, I just saw everyone look around and go, what?
Like the whole place, like the atmosphere just changed and everyone was like, I'm in. I'm all in.
Oh my gosh. And he's got a song called More and More. And that's been in my head every single morning. So like the morning of the festival, I was like, well, I've got to. And it's so
good. On the train on the way there and back, that song was like just on repeat in Bron's brain. And I'm like knackered from like running around. And you were just like, I've
got 2 and 3. Yeah. Oh, it's so good. You know when you hear stories from the olden days, or like stories from like your grandma where, you know, they're watching, say Elvis, okay, and they're like, oh my gosh, like girls literally could not stop screaming and just like moving their bodies because they didn't know what to do. There was like no music like this ever. I literally had to stop myself from doing that. All I wanted to do was, I've never had this feeling before. All I wanted to do was just scream, jump. Just the vibes was just so there. I literally felt like I was back in time. I know I keep going on about it, but it was amazing.
Just go and check him out. It was so worth it. We can't keep banging on about it, but we will.
So here's a couple more acts that we saw who we thought should have a mention. So we have Abbie Anderson.
Yeah.
We saw her in the saloon.
Yeah.
Very funny.
Very funny.
Very funny.
Tells a good story.
So make sure you go check her out. Lainey Gardner, I'm pretty sure we saw her at the Country Line stage. Yep. She's amazing. Adrien Nunez was a vibe.
Oh, yeah. Big vibe. Like, I really enjoyed her set. Again, someone I hadn't heard of, someone I knew nothing about. But if you're like into newer country, that sort of like pop country, check him out.
Let's talk about Corey Marks.
Yeah.
He was such a vibe. So he mixes country with kind of like classic rock,
Yeah.
I'd
yeah.
say. He's even released a song with Motley Crue, which is amazing.
Very sick.
But his bandmates are really, really sweet as well. We got along with them afterwards.
Yep.
And his drummer, he kind of does like pop punk vibes as well, doesn't
Yeah,
he?
his drummer sat down, like, as drummer to drummer. I was watching him, I was like, damn, it's like Travis Barker sat down. Like, the guy was like chopping about, like, pop punk drums to country music, which I think really, like, leads on to what Corey's trying to do with his music, is make it, like, heavier. And we got, like Bron said, we got chatting to the band afterwards, and they were, like, so nice, such good fun. So shout out to those guys. I loved that he finished with an acoustic. I loved that. Where he got everyone in like that and then kept everyone right up there with this acoustic, and he expected one afterwards and he didn't do another one afterwards. Sick. Actually sick. Like, how often do you finish a show with an acoustic song and everyone goes, that was sick? Like, yeah, it was so good.
And even better for a festival, because our friend Jake O'Neill was on after him.
Yes.
And it was so funny because the last song that Corey was doing, his drummer, he was like already packing down all of his gear. So, because the worst thing to happen at a music festival, okay, you don't get any sound checks. It's all line checks.
Yep.
If the band in front of you, if they go over, then you get a shorter sound check, you know, a line check, a shorter amount of time to set up. So honestly, the dream is having an acoustic act before you packing down
100%.
so you can set up, you know, so easy.
But yeah, Jake.
Oh, I love Jake.
What a legend.
We saw him for the first time. Well, we met at the BCMA Awards in January, but we saw him support, I'm pretty sure it was Amelia Quinn.
It was Amelia Quinn.
In Manchester.
Yep. Day and Night Cafe.
Amazing. And we know his drummer, Harry. We've known him before lockdown. Was this like 2019?
Something like that. Because I posted on my story a video of Corey's drummer. He saw it and was like, wait, they're here? And he came running around this, like, through the crowd and everything, and came and said, hey. So that was really cool to chat to Harry again.
He's so sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good seeing Jake O'Neill play. He's amazing. One to watch, go check him out.
Yep.
We're forgetting another person we saw on Saturday.
Go on.
Gareth.
Oh,
Gareth was amazing. I loved how his mum was sat outside a stage
So cool.
crying the whole time.
He was
so proud.
He was brilliant. A really good storyteller, a great songwriter, all-round nice guy. Like, the vibes were immaculate for him. He was brilliant. He was really, really good.
And I think, because I first found out about his music from his Instagram post of him leaving, I don't know where he's from,
Somewhere
either
in
Ireland or Northern Ireland.
It's,
him leaving to live in Nashville. He was like, this is my dream. This is, you know, what I've been doing for years now. And one of his songs, he did a cover of Stick Season by Noah Kahan. Is it Noah Kahan or Noah Kahan?
Kahan.
Because I see people say Kahan and I'm like, Kahan? You're about to like play the acoustic drums here. But yeah, so I saw that post and then I found out about his music from that. Really cool vibe. And he's already got that Irish homely vibe, you know, when he stands on stage.
Yeah.
Which is great. And speaking of Irish, we also saw Janet Devlin, who brings in the vibes.
Yeah.
That was on the Sunday. She played the saloon. And she's really funny and she's very open about her whole life and everything.
It was super nice when we got chatting to her after the Jake interview. And I'd never met before. So lovely, so nice, like really welcoming, super friendly. And it goes along with what we said about this festival. All in all, everyone is just so friendly. So if this isn't an advert for the festival, I don't know what is. But like, no, it's sick. Very cool.
She was awesome. Let's chat about the Sunday, the last day of the festival. Now, in the morning, when we were driving to the festival, I already had post-tour blues. I felt like the post-tour blues are coming on. I've never had that about a festival or a show before, going as a fan, not playing it.
Yeah.
I totally get what you guys are talking about. You know, like after the Jaded tour, people were like, "Oh, I literally feel depressed after this," and I was like, "Why? It's only us." But I totally get it, and it's like my sister has it every Sunday. She gets depressed every Sunday because she knows that she has to work on the Monday. And I'm like, but you have all of today to, you know, look forward to. And she's like, no, it's going to be rubbish. That was literally me on the Sunday morning. I did not think it was going to be rubbish though, but I was very upset. And I was just drinking it all in. But as well, I was like, I can't wait to get home and songwrite. And learn that banjo. Where is it? It's over there somewhere.
Inspirational weekend.
It was. If you guys, if you're lacking inspiration, go to a country festival.
Just go see music.
Just go
see
C2C.
live music.
You're not going to get inspired sat at the end of your bed, are
Nope.
you?
Nope.
You got to go. So Sunday, we rocked up. We saw Caitlin Butts.
Now, talk about someone who's got a hell of a voice.
She is amazing.
I hadn't heard of Caitlin Butts. I didn't know anything about Caitlin Butts. You'd mentioned Caitlin Butts.
Yeah,
I didn't know anything about her.
She's got great.
She's got an
great voice.
unbelievable voice. Like, she's quite small. Like,
And
quite.
she's really
petite.
sarcastic.
Yeah, she is. She's really good fun, but she's got a hell of a voice on her.
Mhm.
So that was a really good way to start off our day.
And I thought she would have her whole band with her, but it was just her and her acoustic guitar. And she was
Yeah.
like, okay, who thinks if I play next time, should I bring my full band? And everyone was like,
The
yes,
place went wild.
do
It was sick.
Obviously, we love Jade Halliwell.
Yep.
Now, we saw Jade. We saw Katie Rigby supporting Jade Halliwell. This was January on the Wirral. We love it. And Jade, the thing with Jade is she's got the voice and everything, but she's so funny.
Like,
stage.
properly funny.
Her and her husband, oh my gosh, because he plays guitar. He's a very amazing guitarist. He won a BCMA award this year. Those two together in a room, oh my gosh.
Yeah, really funny.
I would pay good money just to see
It was
them
like a
talk.
comedy show. It was really good fun.
Mhm.
So yeah.
So definitely go check them out.
Mhm.
We also saw Pip Marsh,
Mhm.
who I've known for like 10 years now. We go way back. Yeah, it's great to see him doing country, doing what he loves doing. He's been in a couple of bands,
Yeah.
and I've never seen him so happy, you know,
Yeah.
just making country music. And we got to meet Andy, who is mixing and mastering. Andy, who is mixing and mastering my album,
Yeah.
album 2.
It's good
Awesome
to see him.
stuff.
Yeah.
The
Mhm.
vibes are there. Sunday was all about the UK country artists, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
It was great to see and to be able to champion all the UK country artists, because it was like people go for the American artists, don't get me wrong, because like I said, you don't get to see them all the time, but it really gave a nice flavour of what we do over here.
And I'm really gutted that I missed Georgia Rose's set. I got really mixed up. She was on at 11, not 1.
Yeah.
And I felt really bad.
Yeah.
I will see you live one day, Georgia. Georgia Rose, One Direction. Saturday with Georgia Rose. Ow! And then, before we knew it, actually, I spent most of Sunday really nervous because I am a very nervous person. People don't actually know that. Just because I've got a loud voice, everyone thinks that I'm fine. I overthink everything. What was I like on Sunday?
It was I wouldn't say it was difficult, but because I'm just a talker. I can talk to anyone about anything. It's
I
great.
can't.
It's so great because this kind of stuff just doesn't bother me. But like watching Bron try and get her words out and write interview questions was just like, I don't want to say it was funny because that would be mean, but it was funny.
It was.
Like,
Yeah, I really have to push myself.
Mm.
I'm just a really shy person and I overthink and I have major imposter syndrome. Even if like we've headlined festivals and even then I'm like, oh no, I shouldn't be backstage in the artist bit and I'm like, wait, no, I should be here. It's fine.
Yeah.
That's just me. I've always been like that. Find it really hard. But I do push myself, you know, we got to do it, everyone. But I was very nervous to interview Jake Vaadeland. But my thing is, it's the fear of the unknown. It's the before thing. It's the waiting around. As soon as I'm doing it, I'm fine.
yeah.
It's just the before thing. It's just like going on stage. I'm not nervous about being on stage.
Mm.
I'm nervous about the waiting in like the wings, like
Yeah.
that whole,
Yeah.
okay, we're about to go on in 20 seconds. That's just always been me. So I spent a lot of Sunday really nervous. And then
Yeah.
I was fine. We interviewed Jake and it was such a great episode. So that was so much fun. I made sure it wasn't boring because we've been asked plenty of boring questions in our
Yeah.
time.
That was good fun.
So it was amazing.
And shout out to his manager as well. by
Oh,
the way.
yes. Jeremy is such a vibe. Oh, amazing. And then it was time to go inside the arena.
It was.
And we saw Shaboozey.
Shaboozey was
kicking
really
it
good.
off.
Yeah.
It was, actually, no, when we were
Oh,
going
wait,
in,
before, yes.
Avery Anna.
Now, talk about someone who,
What?
like, brought the fucking roof down. That was so impressive. Because someone I hadn't really listened to, and someone who I was like, wow, like, this is really good. Like, again, if you like rock music, or you like country music, or you don't like either, check her out. So good live. Really, really cool.
Country rock has taken over. She just had so much fun on stage, and
Yeah.
with her band, you can see her just turning around, smiling, joking around with them. It was great. And then we had Shaboozey.
Then we had Shaboozey.
What a vibe. Now, if you guys are into the whole like stomp clap Big choruses, gospel, country. He is the guy. He gives me Jelly Roll vibes.
He does. Like, there's a lot of pop in his songs, which I think is good.
Mhm.
If you like cross-genre stuff, check him out. I mean, you've probably heard his song Tipsy.
Yeah.
But yeah, all of his other tunes I didn't know, and I was like, yeah, these are sick. Like, they're
Catchy
good.
AF.
Very catchy, and like a great voice live.
Shaboozey wins the award
The visuals.
for the best visuals.
Yeah. Oh, his visuals were sick.
Y'all, this is insane.
The lights were sick, but there were screens all over the place.
Every song had a different vibe on the screens.
Yeah.
So sometimes you had like the camera, but around it, it was like him in a saloon.
Yeah, it was sick.
Or like really old school Wild West vibes, wanted posters.
Yeah, they were
and
cool.
It was great. Oh, and then Nathan Smith.
Oh. Now, I love Nate Smith. There's a few of his tunes that have been I've been a long time favorite of. Whiskey on You.
Whiskey on
banger.
You reminds me of us. I think it was when we were like collecting gear. We were collecting amps up from somewhere. Were we getting something on Facebook Marketplace?
Was it when
And
we went to
we-
go get one of my cymbals?
I think so, and we just played that. We didn't realize, you know, when you're driving and you didn't realize that a track's
Yeah.
playing on repeat, and we were like, "Has this song been on like 10 times?" And we were
Yeah,
like, "Oh
I've
my
heard
god, we
this
were just
before. Yeah,
jamming
no,
to it
it's
so
just-
much."
Yeah,
Such a good song.
yeah.
Whiskey on You.
But he in general so good. The passion, the energy, more passion, more energy.
More passion.
He gave everything to that performance, and like watching him leave the stage, like so emotional about what he just done, was
Most
sick.
bands,
Thank you. Good night.
yeah, they just go, "Thank you, good night," and then just leave. It
Oh.
took Nate Smith about 10 minutes to get off stage.
But his outro was sick. The
It was
band
so
just
good.
played, and he was just like soaking it all in.
And then, taken to the stage, we have Cody Johnson. Now, I love his documentary. It's all about being a cowboy. Great. And I was like, okay, he seems like kind of chill. And
Yeah.
we've like obviously listened to his music. Kojo saw my story. I tagged him in.
Hey, there you go.
I know. And 49 Winchester randomly followed me. I'm like, oh my
Oh.
god, yeah, I will marry you guys. It's fab. Yeah, really cool. But yeah, as soon as Cody Johnson came on stage,
Oh, it was sick. Oh, everyone was on their feet. Yeah, yeah. The
was
whole
great.
place went mad. He was brilliant. Like, his energy was wicked. He was having so much fun with his band on stage as well.
Mhm.
Everyone, like,
He
the
loves
whole
Texas.
arena. He loves Texas. The whole arena was just like on their feet, moving, dancing. He got the place absolutely going.
Oh, 100%.
That was a proper show for a proper arena, for a proper artist, for proper fans. It was mega.
There is a difference being an arena artist.
Yes.
There is like
yeah.
a craft. Like it's not just about the music.
It's not. And
It's having the team that creates the visuals,
Mm.
the band,
Yeah.
the interludes between the songs.
and being
so
able
much.
to own the stage.
Mm-hmm.
Is a
And
big
he
one.
owned it.
Yeah, like some people you see, like we've seen artists who have played small stages, and we're like, God, these guys would be wicked on a massive stage. And then we've seen them a few years later on a massive stage, and you go,
Owning
yeah,
it.
sick. Like a great example of this is you saw Youngblood quite a few years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and you were like, yeah, he'd be wicked on a massive stage. And then we went and saw him at Wembley, and he was wicked on a massive stage. And I imagine the exact same thing goes for Cody Johnson. Like, he'd be wicked on a small stage where the vibes are all like cozy.
But belongs.
Yeah, but he belongs on a
On a
massive
big
stage. I was really impressed, I have to say.
Yeah.
The whole weekend in general, like Cody Johnson was a really good way to finish the weekend because it made you go, I just love this.
I can't even explain it. Just like just happy. I was
Yeah.
just so happy.
Like, if you could bottle that feeling of
Mhm.
that whole festival up for, I imagine the same thing goes for fans, but for people who write music and who are passionate about making music for other people and for yourself, like, if you could bottle it up and sell it, it'd be priceless because it was wicked.
I remember when we left the festival, I was like, I have a feeling this could go down as like one of the best weekends of my life, you know?
Yeah.
It was just great.
That was so good.
So if you guys get the chance to go to C2C Festival next year, you gotta go. You gotta get your
Mhm.
tickets. I'm just so excited who's gonna be playing next year.
I know.
I have a feeling on my list, I'm like, I don't think Megan Maroney's played it.
No.
Ella Langley, I
Oh, that'd be cool.
could see
Yeah.
them girls being on it.
Riley Green.
Riley Green.
That would be great.
Oh, the arena will be so wet. Have you seen that trend of all the girlfriends trying to get their boyfriends to dress and look like Riley Green? So they're like chopping off like all the bin, just keeping the tash.
Mate, the dude
So
is
funny.
like wham as well.
He is.
He's like cookie cutter dude. He is dude. Do you know what I mean?
Cookie dude.
He's sick. But I mean, what I will say as well, so there are two types of tickets. You can get tickets for everything else and tickets for the arena. If you can't get arena tickets or you can't afford them or whatever it may be, don't worry about that.
Go along anyway.
Go along anyway. Get the tickets for everything else.
I
because
think there's free stages.
yeah,
I feel like some are free.
it is so much fun. You meet some really cool people. The food was really good. The vibes are immaculate. For the price of the ticket, for the rest of seeing everyone else, it was so worth it.
We forgot something.
What? Yeah.
Today, recording this episode, it's Wednesday, the
My dudes.
19th of March.
Which is
100 years of the Grand Ole Opry.
Oh yes, we saw
Mm-hmm.
the premiere of the 100 Years of the Grand Ole Opry.
It was amazing. Andrew Baldridge, he
Yes.
was there. He did a little acoustic sesh
He did.
for us.
Well, he presented it,
yeah.
which was very cool. So
It was
it's good to
amazing.
see him in person.
That man can write a wedding song.
Oh my
or
God.
two, or three.
So we also saw him at the
At the O2.
the Radio 2 stage. He was
Yes.
brilliant there.
The
he,
way he brings you in with a
Yeah,
story.
he
is
tells
so
a wicked
good.
story and has honed his craft. He said he went on a tour and he played people's backyards, and he put in like applications for me to come and play your backyard. And he was like, this is when he was at the lowest of his low, and he thought no one wants to listen to my music, whatever. And how many was it? Like 20,000 applicants.
Insane.
And he was like, oh my God. And he went round and he wrote and he did social media to go along with it. And that is basically what picked him back up mentally and like career-wise. A
So
really,
good.
really cool story for a really, really cool guy.
So what a great weekend.
What a great weekend.
C2C. Now, guys, the Bronnie Show podcast is going to be every single Wednesday night. I know this isn't coming out on a Wednesday, but we were too excited. We wanted to get it out ASAP. So make sure that you guys go follow me, Bronnie Music on all socials. I have a backup account that's called the Bronnie Show as well, but you know. And Christopher, what is your account or accounts?
You can follow me on Instagram at chrismdrums_. It will be here.
And what's
There you
your photo?
Oh, that is shot.by, as in by,
Bye-bye.
.chris, because trying to find a handle for that was just impossible. So that's in my bio for my own Instagram. But yeah,
Mhm.
check it out. There's loads of photos on there from C2C if you want to see what it looked like.
Yeah, go for it, you guys. Not every weekend is going to be in video format, but we will be there on Spotify. Chris might be here some weeks. Some weeks he might not.
Some weeks I might not.
Some weeks I will be here every week.
Interviewing people.
I'm going to be interviewing a load of country acts as well, which is going to be sick. Every Wednesday, Spotify, Apple Music. And if I'm interviewing someone, it will be on YouTube as well.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. We love y'all. I've been Bronnie,
I'm still Chris.
and you are still awesome.
Thanks for watching and get your tickets for next year's C2C.
C2C,
Another one I
baby.
will say, country music festivals.
Buckle and Boots.
There are more than one around the UK. So
There's the Long Road Fest.
the Long Road Fest, Buckle and Boots.
Buckle and Boots. We have some friends playing Buckle and Boots.
We do.
Who knows? You might see us play it.
Maybe one day. Yeah. Treat yourself.
Don't Shrek yourself before you wreck yourself as well.
Check yourself before you Shrek yourself. I
Check
think is what
yourself
you're
before
trying to
you
say.
Shrek yourself. Right,
But yeah,
everyone. Mwah.
peace.
Bye.
This is Bronnie, The Bronnie Show, every Wednesday. Follow Bronnie everywhere at Bronnie Music.
Hello, everyone. I am here with my favourite artist that I've seen this weekend at C2C. It's Jake Vaadeland. So how's the UK treating you?
Really good. I've been here a long time now. I've been home I've been in Europe in general for almost the last 2 months.
So when did you go home?
Tomorrow. There was one time there we flew all the way back to Toronto for one day to record in the middle of this whole tour here and then flew back. So,
wow.
But I don't say that I've gone home because that's nowhere near my home.
So what are the differences with the UK compared to back at home with your programme, you know, when you play? Have you seen any differences with the UK fans?
Everything's all the same except it's all on the opposite side of the road. Yeah. I hate to almost suggest that the crowds here are almost a little more enthusiastic about our show, how we go about the live show, the program, and the type of music that we play. I think people at home are a little more used to that kind of part of the culture. I think that's a lot of young people here too that really get very enthusiastic about what we're doing and stuff. Even just now, like here at C2C, at the crowds, I've noticed a lot of really young people, more so than we get in Canada. We do get young people in Canada, but a lot of people here, and they seem to really enjoy it and want to come and talk to you afterwards, and they have lots to comment about it. So I've noticed that about the audiences here and in Europe in general.
Yeah, it's so amazing to see because, the country scene has grown so much in the UK.
Yeah.
And especially with your authenticity on stage, it's hard to miss. So since I've discovered your music, you have been my number one artist to recommend to all artists, all fans. So what I want to know is, how did it all start for you? Was it a certain thing, like growing up? Was it your family? Did you always know that you'd want to go into music as a kid? How did it all happen for you?
Both my parents were musical, both working in bands and in groups. My father worked in a couple somewhat successful groups. And so I, first had my eyes open to the whole industry at a very young age. And there was a bluegrass festival about 15 minutes from the ranch that I grew up on. And I always got in on that every year, banjos and fiddles. And the little country church house that we had just down the road, everybody come to church on Sunday with guitars and banjos of all things, and fiddles and mandolin, and that's what they played, and we'd all sing together. So I had that growing up. People come over to when I was at Grandma and Grandpa's house with you see headlights coming down the driveway. My grandma would always say that you turn the coffee pot on and get the instruments out, no questions asked. They never locked their doors on the farm either. That's the thing. Anybody could just come in the house. I used to sneak out at night if I couldn't sleep and go lock them on them because I couldn't. They helped me sleep at night. But there was a fella, we were on a cattle farm, and there was a fella just down the road that was a year younger than me. He was on a sawmill with his father, so he worked sawmill all day. I was with the cattle all day. We were raking in the field or something. And we'd get together afterwards and start learning banjo together and start playing banjo and jam and stuff. We were the music kids. Everybody else liked to go play baseball after their day was done. And we liked to go and play instruments. So of course we didn't get along with the other farm kids and stuff in the area. And we really were influenced by Lester Flatt and Earl Scruggs, Flatt and Scruggs. And so I started studying them a whole lot and saw the significance of Lester Flatt in particular and what he brought to the table, how professional and good he was at composing a program and running a tight-knit show. And so I studied that and come up with my own modern-day version of it to bring to the people now and try and bring that kind of entertainment back. Not just the music, that's one thing, but the entire show, the entire brand, the whole bit, bring it all back for the people to see again.
100%, I can see that. So what is one of your favorite songs to play live?
One of my favorite songs to play live, I think now, is Ain't Going Back to Nashville. It's fast, it's easy, it's simple. I can remember the words all the time, and I mean it too. Like I'll probably have to go back, and I did go back after I wrote the song, and I sang it for him too. But I'm proud of it, and it's the truth. I don't get along very well in Nashville. Maybe someday I will, but I still don't think I'll ever really quite click with it, because I had this thing in my mind growing up. I'd never been to the States from Canada, and I just had it pictured by watching the old Grand Ole Opry shows and the Martha White sponsored shows, and that it was, Bill Monroe, Ernest Tubb, Lester Flatt, Earl Scruggs, all those people. I thought that's what Nashville was, people like that, and good professional people, and that kind of music and that kind of industry, and that kind of entertainment. Those people, they took you under their wing, and they'd get other artists going. Ernest Tubb was semi-responsible for Loretta Lynn and Elvis Presley a little bit too, And there's none of those people left anymore that wanna help you out and bring on the next generation. And the Opry isn't even what it used to be. So when I saw that, I was totally this very, very heartbroken almost that this Nashville that I had in mind didn't exist. So in answer to your question, that's my favorite song to play.
Yeah, well, it's a jam. You see people like stomping their toes on the dance floor and all that. But I like how you speak the truth. You're not afraid to say that. And I guess what a lot of people say is, don't meet your heroes, but it's like, don't meet, your favorite city, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Tell me, in fact, how do you put your programs together? Because you have the songs, you have like the instrumental parts, the ad breaks, the comedic timings. It's so perfect. I love how you gel with your band so much. So what makes a Jake Vaadeland show Jake Vaadeland program?
Well, of course, it's sort of evolved and gotten better. I've done tweaks to it over the last 4 years. But for the most part, the structure, although it may not always seem like it, the what do you want to call it? The foundation is pretty much the same. You know, and the house on top of it may look a little different. Might use different siding, different shingles, painted a different color, but the foundation is always the same. So it's the same layout every time. And so that took me a while to get that figured out and where I can introduce people and where I should put jokes. But I always got so stressed out about it, and that's why I'm so thankful that I finally got the foundation pretty much right. It's the same formula every time. I can mix and match songs, but only certain songs can go in certain places. Certain songs with certain keys, and you got to take into account, does my banjo player need to do some funny tuning? There's about 4 different tunings on the banjo, and there's 2 different tunings on the acoustic guitar. And I've got an electric guitar player who also plays acoustic. So he needs time to switch. So if I need to talk there, or maybe I need to send them off the stage so that they can tune and stuff, and I'll do a song with myself and the bass player while they're doing that and getting ready, so that when they come on, we can seamlessly go to the next song with no dead air. The other thing about it that I love is that we're using omnidirectional microphones, 2, 1 for each musician on each side, my electric guitar player and acoustic guitar, and the banjo player, and then of course the center vocal for myself and when the boys gang in to sing. And that adds for a lot of, I call it kind of like herding cattle, you know. You got to sort of push people around and maneuver right. Maybe hit someone in the face with your guitar, you know.
You know, what's a gig without hitting someone in the face by accident? Yeah. Or maybe not on accident, you know, who knows. So for the last question, so in your song Retro Man, you kind of talk about growing up as what we'd call an old soul. Now, for people growing up who feel the same, what was it like in high school? Did you feel like you could be yourself? Did you have to kind of conform to other, you know, standards, I guess? What would your message be to them, you know, growing up, feeling the same?
I haven't touched on that for a while now, so that'd be a good refresher to try to talk about it again. I wrote that song like 4 years ago, and that was when because I grew up in an area, Scandinavian settlement, it was not behind the times value-wise, but I mean, we were ranchers and farmers. We tucked our shirts in and stuff like that, and I moved to a different place and lived there in town with my mother, and all the high school kids were dressing a little different, listening to different music. So I kind of tried that. I felt like I didn't fit in, like maybe they thought I was the equivalent of a Hutterite kid or something like that that's coming to school and dresses funny, you know. And so I sort of felt that way. So I tried to fit in, and I should never done that because I didn't like that. I felt uncomfortable. And so I went right back to the way I was just try to be myself, listen to my kind of music. And they really wanted to be a musician. The teachers, they would kind of tell me, sometimes aggressively too, that wasn't going to work out. You had to go to university and take the don't just go for the 24 credits equivalent thing. You gotta go higher, take lots of classes, make sure you know what you're going to do in university. So I left school and I finished online, did it myself. I took a bunch of art classes and just got out as soon as possible. But it was during that time that I wrote Retro Man, because I had in my mind that I got my head on straight, finally figured out I was just going to do it my way. I didn't care how everybody else did it. I wanted to write a song to pen out my frustrations with it, or at least, you know, that confirmation that I've got my head on straight. But also then other people listen to that recording or hear me play it at live shows, see the confidence I have singing it. It goes to show them that, you know, they can have that same confidence being themselves, not just being an old soul or dressing this way. I'm just confidently saying I'm the way I am. I'm going to be that. I can do it because I can do it. I don't care what people say. So however anybody else is different, I know there's a lot of those things coming out these days, especially for young people. Lots of ways you could be different. Everybody is different and unique, and that's just my small contribution to try and help the cause. You know?
Amazing. Great message. Well, Jake, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
This is Bronnie, The Bronnie Show, every Wednesday. Follow Bronnie everywhere at Bronnie Music.